Hello, this is Angie, and I'm going to be covering the game that I've created, and it's called, funny, Angie's Adventure. So let me go ahead and click play so we can see it. Okay, so hopefully the music isn't too loud, but this is where my game starts. So I will just start navigating and kind of covering the elements, the informal and formal elements. It may go out of order, but I'll be sure to call out exactly what kind of element I'm discussing. So first we'll start with characters, because this is right off the bat you'll see characters in this screen. So you'll notice that I am Angie and moving Angie around, so she is the one in the pink shirt. And as she runs into these different characters, for example, this character is named Sam, there is an interaction. And through this interaction, this is one of the informal elements that I'm going to be covering is story. So as Angie interacts with these different characters, the player will start getting more context to the story or the purpose of the game. So I will get bits and pieces of the story by interacting, so this one kind of goes on for a while, but just getting context of how why Angie is there, and what she's going to be doing, what is her objective. So she meets Sam, they need help, they've lost a key to a formula, and they need help bringing it back, and so Angie is going to help. So and Sam is also kind of sharing some information on how to navigate the game by explaining, if you go through the doors, that's how you advance through the game. And then the importance of health. So that's just one character, but Angie will also interact with Doggo. So Doggo is a talking dog. And he will also be a reoccurring character throughout the game who will provide hints and just remind Angie of the objectives. So that is kind of covering two different elements under informal elements, so story and character. So we will see a lot of characters throughout the game, and as we interact with Doggo, like I said, is the reoccurring character, he will provide more information on the story. And you'll see we have a lever with a trigger there that will open the door. Okay, so that first part was really an introduction, not really the challenging piece of the game. That's kind of just to give, again, the story and background of the game. But this is where we can start getting into the other elements, the formal elements. So, the first element is players. So you'll see that the only player that I will be controlling is Angie, and it is a single player game, so it's single player versus game, so I am interacting with the game. There are no other players, it's just me. And I'm sorry, let me go back here. So you'll notice if I interact with Doggo again, he's also then sharing more context to the game and what I need to do, so collecting the coins. So coins, I would say it's a form of resources. The only thing is that with coins there's no... if I collect the coins, there's really nothing else that I can do with them, such as they're not really currency that I can buy anything, but they're just more of just an objective in the game. So just making sure you collect all the coins. And the objective in this game is, if you can see this, as mentioned in the story piece, is trying to escape through those doors. And so with that first introduction level, that really gives the user kind of like a snippet of what Angie needs to do as she goes through this game, or what is the end goal, and so it's always going to be reaching those doors. So it's really important that she reaches those doors. Oh, see you. Oh, I'm gonna die. So that is an objective. So what I'm gonna be covering here is then this is rescue or escape. So the main objective is for this player to escape through these doors at the end of the level, and really trying to maneuver around to not get killed by the different objects, lava, spikes. So you'll see that once I hit that lava and my health dropped below 1, I had to reset. So health is really important. So and this is also another objective of this game would be Forbidden Act. So the Forbidden Act in this game would be to avoid dying, and avoid those obstacles. So you'll see with this enemy right here, I'm gonna destroy him by just hopping on his head. So let's do that. And you'll notice this moving spike, so if I get hit by it, I am losing health. That is also another way that I can hurt myself is at the bottom. So, but you'll notice that recurring lever, if you switch it, then it opens the door. So that is the way to get out. So we meet Doggo again. Doggo just being a little funny. And just reminding the player of the door. So just gonna go around. Another formal element that is covered here is resources in the form of health. So you'll notice that as I grab the hearts, I already grabbed one, but as I grab those hearts, my count of health is going up. So the health is really important, because if I am below 1, then you'll see that I reset. So anytime I hit something, I hit these spikes or I hit the enemies, then my health is dropped. Or if I fall in the lava, my health is also dropped. So health is going to be very important. But I also would say that this is a power-up. Not that Angie will have any special powers when she grabs the hearts, but she does add health when she grabs the hearts. So again, those are going to be very important. So you'll notice if I do not open the lever, I cannot escape. So let's hit the lever, and now we can escape. Alright, now we are on the second to last level. So we see Doggo again saying, hey, go speak to this person. You'll see Tom. Tom is just saying, hey, you know, heard you're here to help us find the key. Can you help us? An incentive, using his ship as an incentive. So if I keep going, let's say I don't do these. You'll see this is the boat that we're referring to, but Tom, I know I went quickly through that, but Tom mentioned a key, and a key is mentioned also in the beginning of the story. So the key is going to be very important for Angie to help the town. So let's go ahead and grab the key. All right, so this is the end. So Angie obviously was able to help the town and escape, or not. I don't want to say escape, but leave the town. So we have a click to read text. So we click that, we get a little bit more information, or I guess a conclusion to the game or to the story. So Angie was able to successfully escape Animal Lovers Island. Although it was a challenge, she was happy to help others in need. And now she's off to the next adventure. And yep, who knows what's going to be in store. So that is my game. Just one more element that I do want to cover is conflict. So there are a lot of obstacles in this game. So as you saw, there are enemies, there are spikes, there are areas that will affect the player's health, such as lava. So a lot of obstacles that Angie needs to go through. And I think this also would tie back into a dramatic element, which is a challenging activity that requires skill. So in this skill, it's really important that the player is strategic on how they move around, and also considering their lives. So the life count is very important, because as you saw, when we go below 1, the user has to reset. So there needs to be skill for the player to understand how to move around, consider health, to get through the door and reach the end. So those are the elements that I have covered. Those are just a few. I feel like there are a lot more, but I think those were the most important ones that I wanted to cover. So thank you. I'd also like to share just my overall experience designing a game. I was surprised that I was even able to create this game. There is a lot of steps and things to look out for. I really appreciated Mary's time explaining everything. I was kind of concerned that I wouldn't, that I would pick everything up, but the examples really helped. The instructions that she provided helped. And I watched a lot of YouTube videos, or I tried to, looking at chats. So it was really hard, and it was a lot of trial and error as well. There were things that would break that I would have to fix, and then that would affect something else. Carrying things over to different levels was hard. But it was, at the end, it was satisfying to see what I came up with. And that I was able to get it to work from beginning to end. So I would definitely try this again in my free time. I think next time I'd like to maybe make it more of a learning experience, or a learning objective. But really I just try to just make it fun, make it something that I would want to play. So yeah, but overall I really like this experience, and yeah, thank you.